Hello everyone, welcome back to Bridgemaster. Gonna start on the expert ones here. As I promised in the last video, we'll do at least a couple expert today, or at least one. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to advanced or if this is just me like doing a couple expert video. We'll see. But I didn't even peek. As you can see, I've played all these in the past, but it's been years. I don't always recognize them. I haven't peeked, so I don't know if I'll recognize A1. Let's have a look. In six spades. This doesn't look too bad, is it? We just have to not lose two hearts. And it seems like we can arrange an elimination, right? We just have to ruff a club and a diamond both in hand, which is easy. And then play a low heart from both hands, after drawing trump, of course. Yeah. No problem. So cash a spade. Finish drawing trumps with the king. Ruff a club to eliminate the clubs. Then cash both diamonds and ruff a diamond. I haven't even been watching what opponents have been playing. Wait, what? Did I miscount spades? Hello? All right, redeal. That was the easy part, man. I thought I saw them both follow. I just got so absorbed in the line. Okay, they didn't both follow. But that's fine. I just have to play the queen first. I was just too busy describing how clever I was. I forgot to actually be clever. We still have one spade left in both hands, which is all that's needed for the elimination to work. You know what? I should do this again, but pay attention to if they're pitching hearts. Okay, one more go. Ace. Because hearts are important. Nothing else matters here. So far, no hearts. Okay, nobody's played any hearts. So now we just duck a heart. We don't play the ace. Because if you do, you're in trouble if one opponent has queen jack 10x of hearts. They'll play the small one, either they're west and they already have, or they're east and they will play the small one on this trick. And then their queen jack 10 will be worth 2 tricks against your remaining king 9-8. So instead you duck. They have to either return a non-heart, meaning you get to ruff that while discarding a heart and lose no further hearts, or return a heart, in which case you can finesse them for all the remaining honors. So, the queen. It might be tempting, perhaps, to say, ah, great, I can cover that with the king. This is incorrect. Do not make this play. Because if West has any more hearts, it doesn't matter what you do. The ace and king will draw the outstanding hearts, and then the 9 or 8 or whatever will be a winner. However, if West has no hearts, you have to let this go around to the ace, so that you can play a heart through West, East, who has only the 10-5 or Jack-5 or something like that remaining. You can finesse that, and then cash the king. All right, it was the Jack-5. All right, a bit embarrassing to miscount spades. He played a black card. It couldn't be helped. I don't know. We can read the solution, but I think I explained it pretty clearly. The only possible danger is 4-1 hearts. You can, draw all trump, ending in dummy. That was the part that was hard for me. The club is ruffed. You ruff a diamond. And yeah, everything's eliminated and you have trump in both hands. So you lead a low heart and run it. Sure. East will win, but what are you going to do? A heart return gives up the suit. And a club return, or diamond if you had one, would give us the rough and slough. If West produces a heart honor, you still play low. Now that actually would have tested me a little more. It's obviously the same thing. But why can't you play the ace here? It would work fine if East had 4 to play the ace. Like in this diagrammed position, you can play ace and then low back. But what if West has 4? Why can't you play the ace here? You can play the ace here, right? Ace, small, heart back, and you might as well finesse into West. So East might as well split, and then your king wins. So I feel like if West produces a heart honor, you can play the ace if you want, right? I don't think this is necessary. Hang on, let's... Well, I can't actually make Bridgemaster make West play the 10 here. But... Can I... No. If we... Can you create... I haven't used the hand editor very much here. But, like... Sure, I'll leave. Practice, I think? Solitaire? There's a hand editor somewhere. I mean, I guess a teaching table would do it, sort of. Yeah, nobody can play. The table doesn't exist. And I'll sit everywhere. But can't you, like... Man. Okay, sit. I know there's some way to get a hand editor. Show me what it is. You can set deal source, but that's not quite what I want, right? You can set a specific deal. Okay, what if I just, like, we all pass this out? I go to the history, and I look at this. Export. Hand editor, right? So now, oops, fuck. Export hand editor. So I want to edit this. Okay. Can I, how do you do that? Okay. So if I just get rid of all the cards, is that a thing you can do? New? Okay. So if we go back to the position that was going on in Bridgemaster, South has a spade and king 9, 8, 7. Really? You're going to make me deal out the whole... No, okay, good. West has 10, queen, jack, deuce. I think it was the 6, actually. And diamond, I think. North has a spade, an ace, and those. East has a heart and some clubs and diamonds. That's too many. So if I say play, will this be allowed? Dealer is South. Enter the bidding and play. South, I don't know, has bid 6 hearts. No, wait, undo. Oh, shoot. This is fine, because North has bid 6 spades. Okay, good. So, can I take this then? Oh, actually, you know what? I need to do a little bit more. Because I need the lead to be in the south hand. So if we give everybody a spade, let's say, then West can lead a spade and we can arrive at this position. Play. How do I do this? Export. No. Start? Oh, is this for like saving how a hand was played? That's not quite what I want. Okay, export, save deal as, I guess. Bridge Master Advanced A1. Or is this a, it's A1, I think, right? It's so confusing. I don't use this feature ever. I used it a few times years ago, as you can see. Untitled folder. Can I like now back at my table? I just want to ask deal source, saved hands, this. No, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, I give up. I'm pretty sure that you don't actually have to duck there. You could play the ace. If you wanted, and then finesse into west or east. It would be fine either way. He says you should play low, but I don't think it matters. Anyway, next deal. Actually, out of curiosity, does that count as not finished? No, it does count as finished. All right, finally on to the second deal. The first one was easy, but then I spent forever fiddling around with nothing. Okay, this is familiar to me. It's the kind of thing I mess up, but I think I remember the answer. So obviously the ace is played here and they continue a heart, right? To force you. We can rough this high, yeah? Just in case hearts are 7-1. Yeah. And then if trump are 3-2, it's easy. You just draw 3 rounds of trump. And then you like cash the diamonds, you rough a heart back to hand, and enjoy the last diamond. However, if trump are 4-0, you can't draw trump and then rough back to hand. That's what this puzzle is about. So what you have to do is play 2 spades and say, oh no, they're 4-2. So you have to unblock diamonds before you can come back to hand, right? You need, when you get to hand, you need the diamonds in your hand to be winners, not the ones in dummy. So you cash 2, and it looks like you should cash a 3rd, right? Because if you cross back to hand and draw trump, you'll still have this dang old queen in the way. But that's an unnecessary risk. If the queen of diamonds is roughed, because the diamonds are 4-2, you'll go down. In fact, what you should do is cross to the spade and get rid of this queen of spades that's in the way. Queen of diamonds that's in the way. Throw it away on the trump that as you draw the last trump, instead of unblocking it before drawing the last trump. So yeah, I mean, I definitely remember that hand. Some of these early A-level ones, you know, I played these a lot as well back in the day, as well as the advanced hands. But these are difficult enough that you still have to like think through, does this actually work? What are the details? I think I explained it well enough. We don't have to listen to Fred. Next deal. Okay. I think I understand what this deal is about. I don't remember it, but seems sort of clear. We have 2 hearts. And if we try to establish any spade tricks, we'll never get any of them, right? The defense will win the first spade and then continue hearts, then win the second spade, and then cash too many hearts. I'll lose at least 2 spades and 3 hearts and go down. So spades are nothing. We can't do anything with them. Which means we need 9 tricks outside of spades. How might that be possible? Well, we have 2 tricks in hearts, so we need 7 tricks from the minors. Which means 4 tricks from one of them and 3 from the other. We saw, near the end of yesterday's video, this club position, but it was in spades at the time. This is a well-known safety play position, right? Where if you can afford to lose 1 trick in clubs here, instead of finessing anything early, you should cash the ace and then run the 8. Or lead up to the 8, it doesn't matter. So that's a way to guarantee taking 3 club tricks, even if the clubs are arranged very unpleasantly. So we could do that. The problem is, if we're only getting 3 diamonds, we need 4 club tricks, not 3. So in diamonds, we kind of have no choice about how to play the suit. We just have to play the ace, king, queen and say, is the 5 going to be a winner or not? If the suit is 3-3, then the 5's a winner, otherwise it's not. So what you're supposed to do on this hand is play diamonds first. They call this a discovery play. We have a choice about how to play, usually some particular suit, but in general, a choice about how to play some part of the hand. And which choice to make depends on what's going on elsewhere in the hand. So you do the other thing first before committing to anything in here. Like, I don't know whether I need 4 club tricks or if only 3 will be enough. Therefore, I play diamonds to find out how many diamonds I'm getting, and that tells me how to play the clubs. I don't think entries matter here. They might actually. Hang on. Suppose I've won a heart. I've cashed all the diamonds. And I found out that I do need to take the safety play. Which hand do I want a heart entry to? It has to be the south hand, right? Because the north hand already has the king in it. But if I lead the ace and then lead the 8, no, I guess it doesn't matter. If West has Queen 10 fourth, Ace then run it is good enough, no matter, needing no entries in hearts. If I play Ace, lead 8, and West shows out, meaning East has Queen 10 fourth, then I go up with the king and lead up to the jack. Again, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it doesn't matter where I have the heart. But just in case it does matter, let's win the king. We go after diamonds. And they're not splitting. So we need all 4 club tricks. Oh, shoot. This is why it mattered. Because I want to lead the king and then still finesse twice. I fucked this up. Alright, redeal. Start over. I have to win this in hand. Right. It doesn't matter for the safety play, but it does matter if you need all 4 tricks. Yes. And so now it's rewarding me and saying, look at this. The diamonds are cashing. You can afford the safety. Ace, run 8. You got me, Fred. All right. It's a good lesson. Yeah, the problem is in order to play the suit, I forgot to think about how to play the suit for 4 tricks. I was so focused on how to play it for 3 and it didn't matter. But to play it for 4, you want to cash the king in case West has stiff queen or stiff 10? If West plays the 10, you still finesse East, yeah, for the queen. And then you want to be able to lead from North twice to finesse East for the queen and 10 if neither of them showed up from West. Or indeed, finesse against the queen or 10 twice if one did show up from West. So Fred will explain this better than me, probably. Which South wins in hand? He doesn't mention that. He doesn't say why that's important, but I bet he will later. You can get 2 more tricks and spades, but of course that's no good. Test diamonds, I agree. If diamonds do not break, you need 4 club tricks. Cash the king, finesse the jack. And in the case that West had stiff queen or stiff 10, those were 3 and 4, right? Yeah, stiff queen and stiff 10. You need to have made sure you kept the king of hearts as another entry. But if diamonds are 3-3, take the safety play. Yep, you got me. Made a mistake there. I was like, I knew it was important which hand I win in, but I thought about the wrong thing in getting there. Huh. I mean, the potential finesses in diamonds and clubs stand out as features of this hand, obviously. There's also potential finesse in spades, but obviously you cash the ace first. And if it turns out that East is out, I don't think it's very harmful to cross back with hearts and take the finesse then, so I'm not too worried about spades. But there's still, like, several potential losers. And the 8 of diamonds is very ominous. Why do I have the 8 instead of, like, the 5? I'm not sure. Let's lead. I'm going to keep the 3 and the 2 in case I need the 7 and 6 as entries later. So we're leading the jack to the ace. Okay, the suit splits. It seems like there should be some elimination. I wonder if I already made a mistake by leading spades. Hang on. Was I supposed to cash the king of hearts first so I could ruff something? I don't think so, because West could very well have a doubleton heart, right? And then could over-ruff the 3rd round of hearts with the queen. So I don't think that's a good idea. But if I lead the jack to the ace, cross back in hearts, cross over again, drawing the last trump. Then I can rough out the last heart for what that's worth. Ah. Is there some... What if after eliminating hearts, but before touching clubs, I lead a diamond to the 8, If West wins this, he will have to return a minor, both of which would give me an extra trick. So when I lead a diamond to the 8, East should split with the 10 or 9 if he has it. But if that happens, what do I do? Do I stick in the Jack? Letting West win with the Queen. Yes, and then West is still toast. Because I'll have the Ace-8. East has split with the 10. The Queen's been played, so the defense only has the 9 relevant remaining. I have to make sure I have enough entries for this. Because I might need to get to the north hand twice. That's why I wasn't really doing this because it seemed important for this specific deal. But playing Bridgemaster has taught me to just... This is one of the habits I've carried over to Real Bridge from Bridgemaster, is preserving entries when it's possible to preserve entries at no cost. I'm pretty good at remembering to do that because of hands like this, where I didn't really see it coming, but we absolutely do need 4 entries to the north hand in spades. So Jack to the Ace. If I play King now, I can't afford to ruff the heart. Okay, so I think we have to play this. Yeah, he doesn't ruff. Good. 10 to the King. Ruff a heart high. These carefully preserved low spades go to the 6. And now a diamond is curtains for the defense. We put in the 8. What are you going to do, West? The Queen of Diamonds is the right play because it gives me the most trouble. Because I have to win the first... Well, any diamond is fine, I guess. I have to win the Ace and then win the Jack and still be able to get back to dummy. But fortunately, since I preserved the 3 and the 2, I can do that. So, I mean, this hand is especially artificial, so the 3 and a 2 kind of stick out like a sore thumb, encouraging you to look at them. But this is the kind of thing that I think I picked up as a good habit and am reasonably, as I said, good about. I'm not always perfect, but if I see a chance to preserve my entries for free, I usually take it. So let's see what Fred has to say about this. Assuming you don't have to lose a spade, which would happen if East had Queen third. You might lose a diamond or a club. But actually, you can guarantee to make it, right? Yes. Well, okay, unless the hearts are 7-1 or 6-1. 7-1. After winning the heart... No, it actually says, I think it's a little bit better to lead the Jack to the Ace first, right? Because this way, if hearts are 7-1, but the person with 1 heart also has 1 spade, Fred goes down where I would make it. So I think that's slightly better. And yes, it does say, make sure to unblock your big spades. And now, since they both followed, you're home, indeed. Ruff the last heart high. Crossover. Diamond to the 8. And West is in trouble. If we had only the 7 of diamonds, this play would not work, right? The 8 is an important player in this situation. Because if I had only the 7, East could put in the 9. I'd split with the Jack, or I'd cover with the Jack. West wins the Queen. But the defense still has the 10 and 8 over my 7. So they wouldn't have to give away a trick by leading a diamond. Yeah, heart return is a rough slough. Note the importance of unblocking the spades. Indeed, I did note that. Thank you, Fred. You may need another dummy entry. Yep. Next deal. Maybe we'll just get through 5 of them in the expert set. We're in 5 clubs. Defense bidding, not very revealing. Huh. Oh, I was thinking I was in 6 clubs, and it seemed very hard to make that. 5 clubs is more reasonable. We have a certain, well, almost certain, heart loser. And a certain diamond loser. Actually, is the heart loser... Is there any way I could not lose a heart? No. If spades are 3-3, you can cash all the spades, pitching a heart. But if you have any trump left in here, then one of the opponents will have a trump left, and they'll ruff the fourth round of spades. So that doesn't work. So, given that we are certain to lose a heart and a diamond, we have to avoid losing a spade. Actually, there is a scenario where we could not lose a heart, isn't there? That's what this hand is about. So these days, I think players call this concept short shorts. Not referring, of course, to apparel. But the main line to make this contract, or the main condition to make this contract, is that spades are 3-3. That would make it easy. You would certainly make it. And so the question is, can you find slight improvements to that? And there is one. We draw only 2 rounds of trump, leaving a trump in dummy. And now we attack spades. If the spades are 3-3, this is perfectly safe. I'll still make the contract if they're 3-3, because after I cash the third one, I'll say, better draw that last trump. But what if they aren't 3-3? Well, if they're 5-1, somebody roughed this and I'm sad. But I could never make it in that case. Yes, that's true. If they're 4-2, and the player with short spades also has short clubs, then I can continue with the queen of clubs. One player will follow suit, and the other will have to discard because they're out of spades but also out of clubs. And then I can rough a spade, and they'll have to let me have it because the 9's a winner. And so that's an improvement on just going after 3-3 spades. However, there's a further improvement on that, which is, suppose that East is the player with 2 spades. He's short in spades. So the main line was for spades 3-3. Plan B is for the player with short spades to have short clubs. And plan C, if neither of those happen, is, well, what if East has short spades, but he also has the last club, so he could rough if I led the queen here. You can avoid that downfall as well by not leading the queen of clubs, but instead crossing in hearts. I said queen of clubs, it's queen of spades. Instead crossing in hearts and leading a spade. If East roughs this, we say, nah, I don't care, enjoy your club. You roughed my loser, I'll play the 2. And then we win the heart return, cash a spade, pitching a heart, and then rough the heart. This is how we avoid a heart loser. However, in this case, East chose not to rough, so we win the queen, and we rough the spade. And I guess we go for a... Oh, shoot, you got me. It does matter. I navigated the hard part and slipped up at the end. Or, well, I navigated the main idea and slipped up at the details, which is not necessarily the hard or the easy part. The point is, if I lead a heart and East roughs this, he can cross to his partner in diamonds, and then... Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. There's only 1 club left. I take it back. I take back my undo. I commit to this line. You can rough this. Go ahead. You're not catching a winner. Cross in diamonds. I don't care. Return a heart. I don't care. Your partner can't rough it. Take them apples. And then we cash the clubs. Phew, you made me sweat, Fred. Returning a diamond would have been more clearly correct because it also works even if East somehow has 2 clubs. But we know he doesn't have 2 clubs, so it's not necessary. I think I explained this pretty well, but there will be a useful diagram, I imagine, of what the situation was at the time that I led the last spade, or the third spade. After cashing 2, you cross the king of hearts, and you lead a spade up. Now here's East's dilemma, right? If he ruffs, which didn't happen at the table, we would just pitch a spade. Or, sorry, we would follow with a low spade. And then we'll pitch a heart and rough the last heart. And if he pitches, which happened at the table, we win and we get a ruff. Yeah, this line will also work in the case of short shorts, as they, the same player being short in 2 suits. Or rather, short in trumps and whatever side suit you're trying to ruff. So there you go. Those are the first 5 expert level Bridge Master deals. I guess, you know what? I'll take a crack today at a world-class deal. I don't remember what is going on in these. Let's see if I can handle even this one. Oh, I've seen this one before. I mean, I've seen all of these before. But this is this counterintuitive thing here, I think, right? Where, like, your best hope is, okay, you have 3 major suit tricks and a club. That's 4. So you need 5 diamonds, right? So if diamonds are 3-2, you're home. And it seems natural, if you think back to some of the earlier Bridge Master deals, there are safety plays like, oh, let's win in dummy and lead a diamond towards the jack. That way, even if the suit is 4-1 and if East has the queen, we can win the jack and then, like, lose a trick later. And that way we'll take 5 diamonds, right? Sounds good. Problem is, that doesn't work because we don't have enough entries. If we try that, king and low, East won't let us win the jack. He'll play the queen. And then attack hearts. And now I win the heart, and if I cross the jack of diamonds, I can't get back to the ace-king anymore. So it looks like a safety play against East having queen fourth of diamonds, but it doesn't actually work if East has queen fourth of diamonds. So it's not a safety play. Instead, my recollection of what you're supposed to do here is win the ace, preserving as many entries to dummy as possible. And then cash the ace of diamonds. This succeeds if the suit is 3-2, but also I think it works if you can find a singleton queen, right? You still have to lose a diamond, but you can win ace, then jack, then cross, then king, then duck. Yeah, but which entry do you use? The spade or the heart? Defense hasn't bid anything. I think you're supposed to use the spade. Because if spades are 5-4, they can only win 3 of them. Whereas if you use the heart, they could be 5-2, and that's sort of more likely than spades being 6-3, I think. So we win the king here, the ace rather, and we cross. The queen does fall, so this is the right idea. And I'm still not 100% clear on which entry I'm supposed to use. I think it's spades. A spade has been pitched. That's good news. Oh, I'm toasty as hell. Gibb does not like this play. I'm going down. West has too many spades. So was I supposed to use a heart? Or what's the deal? No. Okay, try again. Well, wait a minute. If I say undo, it doesn't undo the redeal. Okay. I feel like on the diagram Gibb showed me, I couldn't have made it by playing on hearts instead. So there's some line that involves doing neither? Hang on. Hang on. Oh. I get it. Oh, it's even weirder than I thought. You lead the 2, and then you duck. This way, the defense has to choose which major to attack before you choose which entry to use to unblock the diamonds. Now I can win the king and cross in diamonds. And the diamonds are all winners. So I don't have to worry about them cashing something when they get in. Okay. I definitely forgot that detail. Well, that was kind of fun. So let's see Fred explain why you should play the diamonds this way. Maybe he'll do it better than I did. Try to take 5 diamonds. Yep. Diamonds are 3-2. No problem. Yes. Considering the diamond suit in isolation, you should lead low to the jack. Yes, well-known safety play. Low diamond towards the jack. But you shouldn't do that because East will pop with the queen, as I described, and attack a heart. Or attack hearts. The diamonds are blocked. You can't cash them all. You can't guard against 4 diamonds to the queen in East's hand. The only 4-1 break you can handle is singleton queen with either player. Win the ace in hand and duck. Which is what I came up with eventually, but only after 1 or 2 mistakes. The defenders can only attack one of Dummy's entries, hearts or spades. Unblock and cross. He doesn't even mention why it's wrong to play the ace. And then when the queen falls, cross the jack. I feel like that was an interesting part of the deal. Anyway, that was fun and not too long. Let's try A2. Two spades, 3 spades, and we're in 5 clubs, bid all by myself, huh? Seems like this needs some help, huh? What the hell? I have to lose a diamond and a heart. How am I supposed to not lose a club? I mean, we have 8 clubs. I guess if East had King X and I could get to dummy. Then I could take a finesse. And drop the king. Surely there's no trump coup here, right? I have way too few entries to dummy and way too many trumps for that to work. I think the issue is, like, how do you force a dummy entry fast enough? Because you have to count on the club finesse. And it seems like if the club finesse works, you're home, right? Assuming you can take... Well, you need clubs to be King X onside, which is rather lucky. You need to be quite lucky. But if you are that lucky, what else is there to do? The answer is like get to dummy, basically. So if you play the queen here... Oh, is this like... something about forcing East to take his ace at a time he doesn't want it? Yeah. Because West's Jack of Diamonds indicates shortness. 1 or 2 diamonds. We can tell that because we have the 10, and the only time you would lead the Jack without the 10 is if you were short. So, if it's a singleton, there's no hope. East is going to win the ace of diamonds, return a diamond, and then they'll cash a heart, and that'll be 3 tricks. I'll be down. But if it's a doubleton, what East wants to do is duck this diamond, and then... Wait a minute. East wants to duck this diamond. And then later play the ace of... When I try to get to dummy in hearts, play the ace of diamonds and give his partner a diamond ruff. I can ruff too, but if we're giving East like King X of clubs, West has 3 of them. And they're all bigger than my 2, 3, 4, 5, but if I ruff with the Jack, I'll lose 1 anyway. So we can't afford for East to give West a ruff, even though we can also ruff. So I feel like you're supposed to play the queen from dummy here, but I don't totally understand why. I can't follow that plan through. Why can't East just play the ace? Obviously, East can't duck, because we're assuming East has King X of clubs, and after I win the Queen of Diamonds, I'll just draw the trump. So East would have to play the ace if I played the queen here. But so what? I guess the issue is, if East has both red aces, we're toast. Because even if he has to win the first diamond, he can just win a heart when I lead a heart. Right? And then give his partner a diamond ruff at that time. So I guess what's going on here is that if West has the ace of hearts, I can survive by forcing East to use the ace of diamonds too early by playing the queen here. That's why the queen is right. And then I can force a dummy entry in hearts in the first 2 heart tricks. As long as hearts aren't 5-1, that'll be fine. So we need some very, very specific things to happen to make this. Well, like, play to your outs, right? That's what the game is all about. So queen here. East, of course, plays the ace. And continues. But West can't ruff. Now we play the queen of hearts and cover with the king. And it worked. West has the ace. So now we take the finesse. That works. The ace drops the king. Yes. And then the jack draws the remaining trumps. And we can concede a heart to West. Oh, I'm such a world-class player. I don't know why they don't enter me in international tournaments. I'm able to succeed at an educational product freely available for the last 30 years. Sometimes. It makes me world class. They do call this world class, right? Select deal. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if Fred confirms that I was thinking about the right things. If it's a singleton, you're dead. Yep, I agree. Even if it's from a doubleton, there's not much hope. Yep, I agree. East has to have doubleton king. You have to get to dummy and not allow a trump promotion. Yep. You play low from dummy, East will duck. I agree. Try to get to dummy in hearts. Defense wins the ace of hearts. Crosses a diamond. Trump promotion, curtains. So instead you play the queen at trick 1. If East ducks, you're already in dummy. And you can draw the trump. If East wins and continues, then if West has the ace of hearts, you're okay. Whew. Okay, that's enough for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.